Imagine a small town in 17th century Massachusetts, where fear and paranoia led to the execution of 20 innocent people, all accused of witchcraft. This, dear listeners, is the chilling tale of the Salem witch trials. In the heart of the New England colonies, a place called Salem was consumed by a wave of fear and anxiety in the late 1600s. The inhabitants of this small Puritan settlement were gripped by the belief that the devil had infiltrated their community, using witches as his earthly agents. The paranoia was so intense that it resulted in the accusation, trial, and execution of 20 people and the imprisonment of hundreds more. The Salem witch trials began in the spring of 1692, when a group of young girls claimed to be possessed by the devil and started accusing others in the town of witchcraft. The accusations quickly snowballed, and even the most pious and respected members of the community weren't safe from suspicion. But what sparked such mass hysteria? For centuries, historians and scholars have pondered this question, and several theories have been proposed. Some suggest that the severe economic conditions, smallpox outbreaks, and the threat of attacks from neighboring Native American tribes created a powder keg of fear and suspicion that was easily ignited. Others propose that the girls' symptoms could have been the result of ingesting a fungus called ergot, which is known to cause hallucinations and convulsions. Or perhaps it was not physical but psychological, a form of stress response to the rigid societal norms of Puritan society. Yet another theory suggests that the trials were an expression of the community's deep-seated misogyny and fear of independent women, who were often the ones targeted as witches. Whatever the cause, the Salem witch trials stand as a stark reminder of a time when fear overruled reason, when accusations could be made without proof, and when the power of mass hysteria could lead to devastating consequences. The Salem witch trials remain one of the most infamous cases of mass hysteria, and they serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of isolation and extremism and the horrifying results of uncheckable accusations. Now, let us travel back in time, much before Salem, to the ancient world where witchcraft was a part of daily life. In the sands of ancient Egypt, witchcraft was an integral part of society. Egyptians believed in magic and spells, using them as tools to overcome the obstacles of life. Their rituals often incorporated the use of amulets, magical stones, and inscriptions to invoke the powers of the gods. The Egyptian pantheon, rich with gods and goddesses like Isis, the goddess of magic, was frequently called upon in these rituals. Crossing over to ancient Greece, we find a different perspective. The Greeks viewed witchcraft as a means to connect with the divine. They used rituals and spells to communicate with their gods, seeking guidance, protection, or favor. The goddess Hecate, known as the Queen of Witches, was a central figure in Greek witchcraft. She was revered as the protector of witches and was often invoked in spells and rituals. Now, journey with me to ancient Rome, where witchcraft was also a part of the everyday life. Romans, like their Greek counterparts, performed rituals and spells to communicate with their gods. However, Roman witchcraft was more practical, often used for healing, love, and protection. The gods and goddesses of the Roman pantheon, such as Diana, the goddess of the moon, and witchcraft, played significant roles in these practices. Across these ancient cultures, witchcraft was seen not as a tool of evil, but as a means to navigate life's challenges and commune with the divine. It was seen as a natural part of existence, a way to understand the world, and a method to maintain harmony and balance. Each ritual, each spell, each invocation was a testament to humanity's desire to connect with the divine and harness the energies of the universe. In those times, witchcraft was not seen as evil or demonic, but as a natural part of life, a way to communicate with the gods, and a method to maintain balance in the world. As we move into the Middle Ages, the perception of witchcraft began to shift dramatically. The era, stretching from the 5th to the 15th century, was a time of great change, and with it came a transformation in the understanding and treatment of witchcraft. Let's dive into this era, where the Christianization of Europe played a significant role in shaping attitudes towards witchcraft. As Christianity spread across the continent, it brought with it a new perspective. Witchcraft, once seen as a practice of pagan rituals, healing, and divination, was now demonized. The church painted witches as malevolent beings, in league with the devil, casting harmful spells and causing disease and misfortune. This shift was not gentle or gradual. It was a violent upheaval, marked by the infamous witch hunts and trials that swept across Europe. These were not isolated incidents, but a widespread, systematic persecution fueled by fear and superstition. Men, women, and even children were accused, often on the flimsiest of evidence. The trials were brutal, and the punishments even more so, with many accused witches meeting their end at the stake. A key player in this grim chapter of history was the Malleus Maleficarum, or the Hammer of Witches. This guidebook for witch hunters, written in the late 15th century, laid out the methods for identifying, interrogating, and punishing witches. It's a chilling testament to the hysteria of the era, and it played no small part in the escalation of the witch hunts. Another force at work was the Inquisition, a powerful institution within the church tasked with rooting out and eliminating heresy. The Inquisition conducted its own trials, often with even more drastic measures than those of secular courts. Witchcraft was high on their list of targets, and many innocent lives were lost in their ruthless pursuit of justice. The Middle Ages was a dark period for witchcraft, filled with fear, superstition, and persecution. It was a time when the mysteries of the natural world were twisted into something sinister, and those who dared to practice the old ways were feared and hunted. But as we'll see in the next chapter, the story of witchcraft is far from over. Stay tuned. In the modern era, witchcraft has seen a resurgence, but not as you might think. No longer steeped in the fear and superstition of yesteryears, today's witchcraft, often known as Wicca, is a recognized spiritual path that embraces harmony with nature, personal growth, and self-awareness. Wicca emerged in the mid-20th century as a modern pagan witchcraft religion. Drawing upon a diverse set of ancient pagan and 20th century Hermetic motifs, its structure is considerably different from the witchcraft of the Middle Ages. Today's witches are not brewing malevolent potions or casting curses, but are instead harnessing natural energies and practicing rituals to bring about healing, change, and positive outcomes. Modern witchcraft is a rich tapestry of beliefs and practices. At the heart of it is the reverence for the earth and the divine feminine. For many practitioners, the cycles of the moon and the changing seasons serve as a compass for their rituals and spell work. They celebrate the wheel of the year, marking the solstices, equinoxes, and 4 cross-quarter days in between, each with its own rituals and significance. Witchcraft today is also deeply personal and individualized. Each witch may have their own unique set of practices, tools, and beliefs, which may include elements like herbalism, divination, meditation, and energy healing. They may form covens or choose to practice solitary. There is no central authority in witchcraft, and many witches are self-initiated, learning and growing through personal study and experience. In this contemporary context, witchcraft serves as a tool for personal transformation. It encourages practitioners to harness their inner power, tap into the energies around them, and shape their reality. It is often about empowerment, self-improvement, and finding balance and harmony in one's life. Today, witchcraft is seen as a spiritual practice, a way to connect with nature and the divine, and a tool for personal growth and transformation. It's a journey of self-discovery and a celebration of the magic that exists within and around us all. So there you have it, a journey through time exploring the captivating world of witchcraft. From the shadows of Salem to the temples of ancient civilizations, witchcraft has left an indelible mark on human history. It has been feared, revered, misunderstood, and celebrated, often all at once. In the ancient times, witchcraft was integral to the fabric of society. Healers and seers, witches were custodians of knowledge, keepers of the natural world. They held the power to heal, to curse, and to commune with the spirits. Then came the Middle Ages, a time of fear and suspicion. Witches were no longer seen as healers, but as heretics, their powers feared as much as they were envied. The infamous witch trials of this era painted a grim picture, but even in the face of such adversity, witchcraft endured. Fast forward to the modern era, and we find witchcraft reborn in the form of Wicca. This nature-based religion embraces the old ways, celebrating the cycles of the moon, the changing of the seasons, and the power of the natural world. This evolution of witchcraft is a testament to its resilience and adaptability. Whether cloaked in the guise of a healer, a heretic, or a Wiccan, the spirit of the witch lives on, as potent and mysterious as ever. As we draw this journey to a close, it's time to invite you to continue exploring the mystical world with us. The Mystical Channel is your gateway to the secrets of the universe, from the hidden truths of history to the uncharted territories of the paranormal. Whether you're a seasoned occultist or a curious wanderer, this is the place for you. Here, you'll find a community of like-minded individuals, all seeking to understand the mysteries of the universe. What are your thoughts on this fascinating subject? Do share your views in the comments below. And if you haven't already, do subscribe to the Mystical Channel for more intriguing insights into the mystical world. Until next time, keep exploring the mysteries of the universe.